Okay, according to Hangouts on Air, we're Hangout on Air.
Nice.
And yeah, wow, guys, this is a big milestone for us.
Only
This
took
is,
us 197 episodes, but we're
yeah,
here.
yeah. This would be 198, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do my cheesy intro. Wow, I'm totally unscripted. We were so all about getting this technical, like, I don't want to say nightmare, but
Nightmare.
we were so all about clearing this challenge course that we didn't really rehearse. So a little bit off the cuff, but welcome to episode 198 of the Nerdstravaganza podcast, where we are happy to come to you live via Google Hangouts. I'm Tom.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Cam.
And tonight we're just... it's kind of a small miracle that we're online. And we got all this up and running, so we're going to perhaps discuss our future as video... are we still podcasters? I feel like podcast is audio.
We're vlogcasters now.
I just want to be a vlogcaster. Right, our future in video. I hope that the feedback isn't that we have faces for audio. It might be.
I predict our stellar good looks are going to propel us to unknown heights of fame and riches.
Cam, it's good to I always imagine you in a studio, like poised and ready, but it's good to know you have recorded like 150 episodes, like basically laying in bed. That's
Yes. Well, no, the problem is my desk space is too crazy right now. Next week I will have a proper space to record from.
okay. All right. Fair enough.
150 more episodes, we're good.
Yeah. We'll get there. So, yeah. With that said, I want to. Well, we'll get into a little more insight as to how this is working out for us. But you guys want to kick things off in our usual Nerdstravaganza style with our weekly update?
Let's do
May
it.
as well.
Okay. I'm going to try to give one of you exclusive camera focus while you talk. So we're going to switch over to the weekly geekly. And I have to figure out how to do this, so give me 1 second. I go on. Brian, you're going to go first.
Present.
Yeah. And you are not ejected, but rather presenting to everyone.
Perfect. Let's see. I picked up yet another talent this week. I'm actually really excited about this one, just because I never really thought I'd have the means to do it. My buddy Lester, who always does the photography, picked up a new camera recently, and he had this brilliant idea. I don't know why, like, neither of us ever thought it or whatever, but he was just like, you could use my old camera to learn how to do this. So spent a couple of days now taking pictures of everything that moves and a lot that doesn't, trying to get used to the subtle differences in f-stop and shutter speed and ISO and all that kind of stuff on like an actual real camera. I'm used to this thing, this cell phone, which is actually a really nice camera, but not that kind of camera. So I'm really thrilled about that. We're going to need to, I don't know, do some things that we need pictures for.
Well, I think Cam and I are interested in doing some sexy cosplay modeling. So I don't know if that's
Yes.
you
Absolutely. Got my Sailor Moon outfit ready to go.
As long as I'm on the other side of the lens.
Gonna wear my Lum tiger stripe bikini. That should be a real hit.
Lots of Vaseline on the camera lens.
Wow, Brian, your list of skills and talents continues to grow. You are a true Renaissance man.
Yeah, seriously, man. It's impressive how many things you're getting into.
Yeah.
Neophyte of many, master of none.
There you go.
I will say though that I'm actually pretty thrilled. My jewelry is still selling, so
Nice.
I may actually run ahead with that Etsy store, and I don't know. Fingers crossed. This is way early, but there's another new con in the South Florida area that I hear is insanely inexpensive for vendors.
Oh.
So I might just go to get a table and vend, see if I can make that back.
We want to go.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll come out.
That's funny. You should say that, Cam. It's OutCon. It's for LGBT WTFA like whatever you're supposed to whatever everything you're supposed to include. It's for everybody and their allies, which kind of is part of everybody. But
oh, well,
I meant it in the literal sense, but I'm happy to attend because I am an ally, so I don't have a problem with that.
I'm about to get disinvited from OutCon by saying that by asking if there is something a little less. Oh, here I go. Girly sounding than Etsy. Etsy sounds like something, just the way the word sounds like Betsy, I think, and it seems like it's something for women to hawk their wares. They should just have one for guys called Ets or something.
Ets.
Yeah.
I always thought it was
manly. Call it manly.
Yeah.
I never really considered Betsy before.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be able to go to OutCon now because I dare to imply that a name seems to denote a gender. Sorry.
You're terrible, Tom.
I am. I'm awful. What else you been up to, man, besides getting ready to go to OutCon?
I think that was about it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. The photography, jewelry. Nothing too exciting to report on the leather. I'm working on new stuff, but you have to. The problem with that is you soak it in oils for like 48 hours, and then you let it dry for 48 hours, and then you soak it in dye for 48 hours and let it dry for 48 hours. So by the time your next weekly Geekly has come up, you've subtly changed the color of a piece of leather.
Sounds like Agricola.
Yes.
Sounds more fun than Agricola, sadly.
Thrilling stuff. I have dead cow all over my room.
Nice.
Awesome. How many turns did that take you?
That's actually a scrap. I use it for. I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
You can see the hammer marks.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So this is like, I don't know, an eyeball or something like that right up here. So you can't really make anything pretty out of that scrap. So I use it as a pad to hammer on my desk and not destroy my 40-year-old desk.
Okay, fair enough. It's kind of grisly what goes into leather, but leather's also very nice. So
I bought the scraps because when you're learning to cut and learning to tool and learning all of that stuff, you don't want to use expensive stuff. But I did not really expect to be able to identify the face in my scraps. That was kind of gross.
It died a noble death, I'm sure, Brian.
Sure, it was natural causes.
Hopefully, it was an eaten cow.
Yeah. There you go. That way, it's still just as dead either way, isn't it? Murderer. Anything else?
No.
All right. That's a pretty full update by any measure. And now I will focus our virtual camera on Cam. Oh, wait. I think present to everyone. Let's see.
You may need to unpresent me first.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to unpresent you, but I don't know how. Is that done in the main window?
I
should still have a little, like, down below with a carrot.
Yep. You're going to stop presenting, and now Cam is going to present to everyone. Wait, come on, clicking with the thing. There we go.
Hey, there I am.
You're on.
Oh, man. And again, I apologize, guys, for coming to you live from my bedroom, but my workspace is not available as of yet. But next week, I promise it will be
sure
pristine and ready to go. This week was pretty cool. Sunday had the Nerd Super Bowl extravaganza, the gaming party for nerds. The real bowl games were going on. We were playing lots of board games and had a lot of good food and stuff at my house. The Super Bowl was playing as well, but more people were probably paying attention to the board games than they were the Super Bowl. Then this week I had did some gaming at the Adventure Game Store, as always, our illustrious sponsor, and then I also was able to give back a little bit to the community. I did something called Real Men Read. There's a middle school down here in Fort Lauderdale called New River Middle School, and they have a program called Real Men Read, where men from different walks of life come to the school and read to different classes of students, and that's just to basically just show the kids that there are positive male role models out there that read and that enjoy reading and love reading, and so I really enjoyed doing that. I went there and got in front of a classroom full of kids and read them some Lord of the Rings, actually some Tolkien.
Oh.
And it was a seventh grade reading language arts class, and I think they had a great time. I think they really enjoyed the reading, and I was able to basically let them know a little bit about myself and my career path, and it was pretty cool. It was actually my companion's classroom. She is a middle school teacher, and so she got me there, wrote me into that. But I'm glad she did because I had a great time.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really noble.
Yep. And other than that, just getting ready for the big New York trip this week.
Yeah.
Coming up is New York City Toy Fair. I'll be there all next week. I'll be broadcasting live from the big city during the next podcast. I'll definitely be not be in bed. I'll be probably at a desk somewhere in my hotel room. But yeah, so looking forward to that. And that's about it.
All right. Yeah, I hope there's a cool backdrop of the New York skyline.
I'm sure it'll be like a brick wall.
Yeah. The building directly across from you.
Yeah.
As long as there's lots of ambient New York sounds, like "shut up," screaming.
Go to sleep, asshole. Yeah. No, it should be fine.
Awesome. All right. Does that complete your update?
That is totally all I have to say.
All right. Okay. You will now stop presenting, and now I will present, I think. All right, cool. Yeah. Now look at me. I'm presenting. So now no matter what you guys say, my face will be here. Presenting. Nothing to report. Bye. No. Yeah, it was actually kind of a crappy week. I've been really busy with work, and so I haven't done a lot of really fun stuff. My companion has. She got something called an arrow garden. Have you heard of this?
What's it called?
I think it's called an arrow garden. It's an indoor garden for the growing of herbs and small plants.
Wow.
And it has an aerated reservoir, and the aerated reservoir is augmented by these lights, these LED lights that give the plants a lot of light, so they'll grow, and you grow herbs and small vegetables and stuff right in the comfort of your own house. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit like a grow house operation that some of my clients used to engage in. Hopefully the fruits are just as good.
Well, the police are probably going by with those thermal scanners and wondering what's going on. I don't think LEDs emit a lot of heat though, so I think we're okay growing our herbs. But anyway, she liked it so much she went and bought a second one. So we've got mint and I don't even know, a bunch of spices I don't understand, or couldn't even identify growing, and I think some cabbage or something, maybe a tree, I don't know, a bunch of stuff growing in the house.
Nice.
Yeah. Apart from that, yeah, just crazy amounts of work and spending way too much time researching advanced Japanese toilets and their cheap man's alternative, which is just called a washlet, which is just a seat with a lot of advanced toilet features. And ever since using one of those when I was up in Seattle, I have been obsessed with getting one, and it's really stupid. Yeah.
Spoiled you.
Yeah. The toilets run like $3,000.
What?
Yes. And the seats, the washlet, which is just an advanced toilet seat, is like $700. So neither one is a cheap proposition.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could just grow leaves.
The advanced toilet, though, you have to understand, like, you make no contact, you make no hands-on contact with the toilet. Like, there is zero contact with any foulness around the toilet. That's kind of its claim to fame. When you approach it,
for $3,000, you could pay like a Filipino kid to wipe her ass.
Oh.
You don't even need to buy the toilet.
I'm not sure that just got you disinvited from OutCon, but it probably did. I will not be hiring any Filipino. Well, hold on. Now, I'm an equal opportunity employer, but I'm not hiring anybody to take care of those needs for me. I'm getting an advanced robo toilet.
Gotcha. It's like Coming to America. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm not going to say the Royal anything is clean. Apart from that, really wishing I could play some video games and really not being able to, and yeah, keeping really busy with work. It's been a great week. That's it. And this video, this is probably the most exciting thing I've done all week. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
this is
funny.
pretty exciting.
Now that we're on video, the deadpan doesn't come across as well, right?
No, it just
you can't be as sarcastic as we normally are.
Yeah, is there a way to convey sarcasm with your face, or does your face mask the sarcasm more? I don't know.
We're going to have to become facial actors as well as voice actors now.
Melodrama.
Yeah.
What? Then what? Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed, but and apologies, audience, for our blow-by-blow wonder at the intricacies of Google Hangouts. But when you guys were presenting, did you notice a green bar saying you were presenting to everyone and inviting you to stop?
Yeah, we could turn it off if we wanted to.
Check this out. I'm about to stop it.
Bam. And then it gives us a little blue box that says you're no longer presenting.
Yeah. Yeah, and now whoever talks gets the camera, which is, in my mind, a little distracting for the viewer, but people seem to like it.
Everyone's got short attention spans these days. I think it'll work.
Speaking of short attention spans, I observed something today, guys, and this is sort of outside the scope of news or anything. I went over to my friend's house. His kid was playing some like FPS, some kind of FPS on Xbox One, and then stopped playing that and started watching YouTube videos of other people playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
And was utterly entranced by it.
Yeah. It's funny that the kids at that reading event that I was telling you about, I mean, that's all they were asking me about was, do you watch so-and-so and his YouTube videos? Do you watch so-and-so? He plays this game and he plays that game and she does this and she does that. They love that shit.
And you don't even see the host, you hear their voices while they play games.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, what are we putting our mugs up here for? We should like pick a game and just talk over it in funny accents.
And just play.
Yeah. The people are like obnoxious. Like somebody's, I'm gonna go mine these rocks, and then like the partner's like, mine rocks. What? We're in the wrong line of everything.
We're in the wrong business.
Anyway, with our updates out of the way, Cam, do you have some exciting news to bring to us in the news extravaganza? We need some kind of like effects on screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna make like a cardboard cutout just to put in front of my face and move back and forth.
Do you want focus, or should we keep freewheel?
It's up to you. I'm having to jump to a different screen on my computer, but whatever you want to do.
That way we can react to the news with the.
Okay.
Tell me
Let's
more.
Do it.
Okay.
Something sort of related to my life this week, but I won't say why. The first news story I have is about 3D printed sperm bots. 3D printed sperm bots can fix lazy sperm and treat male infertility. A team of researchers in Germany have developed basically the be-all, end-all treatment for male infertility. They build these little sperm bots with a 3D printer. They inject them into your junk, and they go in there and they get things moving. So thanks, Germany.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They just kind of push them along?
Yeah, if you have low sperm count, they get around and they basically go in there and they just get things moving.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So now we can have an even bigger surplus population.
What if one of the sperm bots accidentally fertilizes the egg instead of a sperm? Does the woman give birth to a cyborg?
Yes, then you have a cyborg. You end up with Terminator. But no, the sperm cell actually, what happens is there's a little prosthetic helix that attaches to the sperm cell, and then it's like a rotating like a magnetic field, and it like a motor, and it propels the sperm cell. So it basically it's like a rocket booster for your sperm.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's too costly right now, but I'm sure the price will come down, and we'll all have rocket sperm at some point.
No, I'm not going to ask the next question. Nope.
Speaking of rocket sperm, if you head over to Pornhub this month, you can save the whales. Every 2,000 videos streamed will result in a donation of 1 cent to the Moclips Cetological Society, which is a nonprofit organization in Washington State that's devoted to protecting whales throughout the world. And so you can flog your whale to save the whales. And I'll just leave that one there.
I actually dropped, I don't know if that showed up in the call, and came back to hear you discussing flogging whales to save whales.
Well, no, the story was that Pornhub is basically giving 1 penny for every 2,000 streams of their videos in the month of February to save the whales. So, as you know, the more porn you watch in the month of February, the more whales will be saved, apparently.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
So I thought that was a good transition from the rocket sperm story.
Yeah, because they're sperm whales. That's
exactly, the sperm whales. We've sort of been down on the Oculus Rift and it's the cost involved and everything like that, but some pretty inexpensive bundles have been announced. Basically, they announced this week that you can get a bundle which includes the Oculus and a PC for as little as $949.
Wow.
Yeah, you can get an Asus G11D for $949. And of course, if you want more power, more horsepower, you can get, you can spend up to $10,000 or whatever. But Alienware has a pretty beefy setup for about $2,500. Their Alienware Area 51. So I mean, if you figure that the Oculus is priced at about $600, I mean that's not that bad. You're talking about a whole PC setup for that. I mean, I'm sure that's just like the tower, but still, everyone else has all the peripherals usually anyway already. So
yeah, true. You just get the main unit, which I hope people have no longer call the CPU.
Yeah, that's like '90s computer movies.
I don't know. I'm a little suspicious. I for some reason I'm expecting to have to spend a lot of money if I really want to run a VR rig properly. But
yeah, I mean, I'd be wary of any low cost solution. I mean, until at least someone else bought a few of them and posted some reviews. But who knows?
I think they're missing a chance. Like, why aren't they bundling comfy chairs?
Yeah, right. They should. They should throw in some of those chairs.
That's going to be more important than the computer.
Yeah, I mean,
you're be in it for like 16 hours a day. You're going to want to be comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm not going to want to move. Yeah.
Also, and they need to do like massaging chairs so you don't actually
complete with the Japanese toilet, so you don't even have to get up for that.
That's the $10,000 option.
Yeah.
Isn't there a complication that can arise from sitting like basically stationary for like several hours? Like, can't you
Bed
get like
sores.
No, like deep vein
deep?
thrombosis.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
like die,
yeah,
like blood clots.
yeah. You like die of a blood clot. Like they should have some kind of a monitor that like, yeah, they should basically a massager for your legs that.
Like the things at 7-Eleven, they just kind of like rotate the meat every once in a while.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they give them to you in a hospital too. If you're in there, they'll give you these massagers to keep you from developing leg clots in your legs or whatever. So yeah, they just
Yeah, they're little socks you put on, and they like compress your legs in and out.
yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. Or they can just, like Brian said, you're like on a hot dog roller. It's just like
They just roll you back.
yeah, and it combines like massage and all together in one.
It's like the bead chair that taxi drivers carry that's just automated.
The bead chair. I'm sure I'll see one in New York City this week.
You will, and you're going to be called my friend a lot by taxi drivers.
Yes, my friend. Where you want to go, my friend?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I'm gonna Uber that shit. I'm not going anywhere on a taxi.
You're getting the same guys, Cam. You're not getting the guy that's not going.
I'm Ubering everywhere. Forget taxis. Some more troubling Kickstarter news. I'm sure you guys have heard of the games Vagrant Story and Final Fantasy Tactics. Those were created by a guy named Yasumi Matsuno. I'm assuming he's Japanese. And he launched a Kickstarter campaign for a game called Unsung Story, which I was actually kind of excited about. I don't know if you guys had heard about that or backed it or anything like that. But it was supposed to be a pretty epic game. And they raised... the Kickstarter campaign was quote-unquote successful, but it wasn't, really... they didn't knock it out of the park. They wanted to raise like $2.25 million. Well, if they raised $2.25 million, they would have gotten all their stretch goals. The minimum was $600,000. They raised $660,000 through about 16,000 backers. So it fell short, pretty far short of its I guess wish goal. But they got enough to get funded. It was going to get released on PS4, PS Vita, Nintendo 3DS. Everything was going smoothly. Everything was going forward, and then they hit a roadblock. And people have been getting pissed, saying what's going on? What's going on? It's been 2 years, and they just came out basically and said, listen, we had an internal team that left, and that created a bunch of setbacks, and our timeline is way out of whack now, and basically we're reassessing what we can do in the immediate future to try to get things back on track.
Oh.
So the company itself is called Playdeck that did the Kickstarter. I mean it's it's still up in the air whether or not Unsung Story is ever going to get made. I think just as an outsider, just from my background as a corporate attorney, I would say they're probably out of money, and they don't know what to do. If they can get an angel to come in and give them some more funding, maybe that's a good sign. Maybe that'll save the day. But at this point, if I was a backer of this game, I'd be pretty sad. I don't think you're going to get your money back, and I don't think the game's going to get made unless it gets sort of unless the company goes into bankruptcy and some other larger game developer picks up whatever is left and makes it themselves and gives them some sort of deal or discount on whatever they produce.
Would the backers, if somebody else came in and just bought the wreckage of this effort, would the backers be entitled to something, or would that be something they would do for PR?
Well, it's an interesting legal question because the backers technically would be, it's not clear yet from the research I've done as to what the backers technically would be, because typically if you're an investor in a company, you're a creditor, essentially, and so in bankruptcy you get in line with all the other creditors, and whatever's left, if there's money left over, you get a portion of whatever is left. Here, Kickstarter and these crowdfunding sources have like been very careful to sort of label it as, you're not an investor, you're not a shareholder, you're not really anything. You've just pledged. You're basically a pre-order customer. So then the question becomes, well, what does that mean? Does that mean are you a creditor? Are you just someone who contributed money and, in hopes of a gift? Like it's really, the legal landscape is pretty sparse, as to what these, quote unquote creditors will be deemed as and what their rights will be. But I would assume that anyone that came in and bought the company and bought the wreckage would at least want to sort of make good in some way to those people that are, originally sort of backed the game. And if you're talking about a video game, it's probably pretty inexpensive for them to do that. I mean, it's whatever. What did I say? 16,000 people.
Yeah.
Or they could probably just give them a digital download of the game, without losing too much. Because if they think that they're going to come in and make money on the game, they're not banking on those 16,000 people to pay them again. You know what I mean? They probably are thinking of a much wider launch or release, and think they're going to recoup or make their money that way.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and it's probably worth it to. For the good PR is probably worth it, right? To make good on that previous problem.
Yeah, you'd think they'd want to buy some goodwill.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I would, and if I was in their position. And my last bit of news is, for you, Tom, sad state of affairs in the WWE.
Oh.
Daniel Bryan has retired.
Yeah.
Too many concussions over his career has led him to hang up the Speedo and his yes finger tips, and so he will no longer. I mean, I gotta wonder if he's going to be involved in some way, just in the melodrama and all that stuff that they have. But it seems that his active participation in matches is over.
Yeah.
So that's a sad day for the WWE and wrestling fans.
I think they may keep him around as a trainer on some of their reality shows on the WWE network and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure he'll be involved with the company still. He's insanely popular.
Yeah.
And people like he's not a huge guy. He's not one of these hulking like giant, stereotypical WWE monsters.
Mm-hmm. He's not like a Batista or one of those guys.
Right. Exactly. I like the bigger like guys. Like I watch wrestling because I want to watch like action figure type dudes like beat each other up. But a lot of people they like, not that Daniel Bryan's a common man. He's in insane shape and a talented athlete, but they like the smaller like everyday guy getting in there and mixing it up and winning. And so plus he's very charismatic and just had a really good in ring and on the mic personality. So he'll definitely be missed. It's a shame, but you got to put your health before entertainment at a certain point.
Yeah, and hopefully he doesn't get that. He doesn't have that whatever it is, that disease that makes these guys kill themselves and go crazy later on in life. Whatever that concussion. I can't forget. I can't remember the name of it, but
the thing that they're kind of making a big deal about in the NFL and stuff, or
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, he said he and his wife, who's also a wrestler, they're in his farewell speech, they're getting ready to like start having a family and stuff, and I think he wanted to reduce the chance of anything like that. So took the smarter route for somebody looking to plan a family, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame him. And I mean, he's like you said, he's pretty charismatic. Maybe he can get. I mean, I know WWE likes to launch all these movies. Maybe he can get involved in that, do something like that.
I'd watch a movie with him in it, depending on what it was. If it was a Transformers movie, I'd probably watch it.
You got to shave that beard though.
He trimmed it back. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that rounds out the new extravaganza, video edition.
Yeah.
Like a TMZ reporter.
I think don't we have to have like graphics and stuff like
exactly,
flying up in the screen. Good job, and that's the new extravaganza.
Excellent.
Yeah, so with that said, guys, let's give the audience our appraisal. This seems to be going pretty smoothly. We haven't seen the finished product on YouTube, which may be a janky mess for all we know, but for now, it seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty. I don't know. It seems pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how the dynamic video goes. Like, like now I'm talking. Am I big on the screen? Am I big on your screen right now when I'm
Yes.
talking? Yeah. So I want to see like how the video is, where it just like goes back and forth to all of us. If it's weird or if it's not annoying.
I'm curious to see if we end up shortchanging the audio audience because we're also we're simultaneously recording our audio podcast, and this is kind of our plan going forward. But just a minute ago, I was like waving my hands at the screen to illustrate what graphics would look like. For an audio listener, that's like kind of useless. They're like, oh, I see, he's putting his hand to the screen.
Yeah, and Brian was showing his leather before.
yeah.
And, what's funny is I was thinking at the time, oh, that's awesome. Like we could show the audience now, but then I totally forgot that like the podcast people are gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you guys suck since they went video, and that's saying a lot because they already sucked.
Just when you thought they couldn't suck anymore.
Get their faces off the internet.
This bald asshole's in his bed. What's he doing?
This bald asshole. That's great. Is that a Curb Your Enthusiasm reference?
No. I just imagine that when people look at me, that's what they. This bald asshole.
Legitimate bald asshole.
That was a common. That was like a joke from Curb Your Enthusiasm where somebody called Larry David a bald asshole. It's kind of funny.
Sadly, I do exhibit many of the characteristics of Larry David, much to my personal and professional life.
Have you seen the SNL, the Saturday Night Live videos they're doing with Larry David playing Bernie Sanders?
No, I have not. I haven't watched SNL in years. Brian, you there?
For the audience following at home, Tom has been disconnected.
Yes, Tom got caught in a
Skype storm!
Yeah, I was going to say Skype storm, but it's a Google storm now, I guess.
A hangout hurricane.
Yeah. Oh, now there's 3 Toms.
I may have spoken too soon when I said that.
Way to jinx it.
Yeah. Anyway, SNL has Larry David playing Bernie Sanders and kind of like
Burn Your Enthusiasm?
Burn Your Enthusiasm, and it's actually pretty good. But one of his mannerisms is that he's Bernie Sanders, he's walking through the crowd, and this lady, like, he's shaking hands with everybody, and she coughs and extends her hand to shake his hand, and he doesn't want to do it, which is a thing he would do in the show.
Right.
Being kind of neurotic about that stuff. And he goes on to basically, slight all these other potential voters and loses the state by like 5 voters. It's the 5 voters he slighted, so it's pretty good.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out on YouTube right after I check out our new video that'll be up.
Yeah. Now, I'm wondering, 1, why I keep disconnecting, and 2, what effect this is going to have on our video, if any. Kind of a little bit worried.
Chris is actually reporting from the sidelines tonight. He's Facebooking me while we do this. So far, he says it looks pretty good. Occasional jankiness, but not bad.
Cool. You got staticky just now.
Yeah, you're a little staticky, Brian.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's your connection, like locally or not.
Maybe I shouldn't use bandwidth for my phone.
Oh, are you?
Well, I was checking Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds kind of like what we experienced in our previous episode, so I don't know. Might be something wacky going on with your connection, but say something now.
Something now.
Yeah. You getting the static cam?
It's still there.
Really?
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Skype lag either. It's like local like interference of some sort.
I don't know.
That's all right. We'll lay in your audio later.
Yeah, right. I'll
On video.
wind up talking to myself again.
Maybe that's the technology god's way of letting us know we should probably
Record local.
record local and or bring this to a fairly abrupt end because you're sounding pretty staticky.
Even better.
All right, I'll just start by saying one last thing. One cool feature we were able to notice is that I'm logged in as the Nerdstravaganza Google user, but Brian dialed me on Hangouts earlier when we were experimenting and dialed into my phone, so I was able to have the phone as like a live camera under my account while I appeared on the main screen. So that might be kind of handy for like if we wanted to show something on as we were saying, on a tabletop or something like that. Basically, you have like a mobile camera that is another camera in the Google Hangout.
Oh, we have to connect that to a drone.
Let's do that. Yes.
The
Perfect.
Ganza cam, drone cam.
Yes. Yes. That and more to come. So check us out now that we've gone video. We got the Nerdstravaganza podcast. Guys, anything else?
I think that's it, unless we want to talk about, Trump taking over the world, and or we're just in time for the world to end. We got on video, but
we need to do a political episode. One of you guys, it might have been Chris. Somebody suggested we do one where we decide which of the candidates we want based solely on nerdy stuff, like we our own like silly take on politics. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll do that a little closer to Super Tuesday.
Yeah, all right. And I think you kind of alluded to our next topic, Cam, during the news extravaganza. Maybe teased it a little bit when you mentioned some pricing. So
Yeah.
That may be coming up.
Pre-printed sperm whales.
That's the episode title: Pre-printed sperm whales.
Nice.
Anyway, guys, that's it.
Well, I think I would say we are a success at video. I think we did pretty well.
Clap for ourselves. I'm clapping into the mic.
Golf clap.
Awesome. Then I'm taking us out in usual style. I'll remind our listeners that they can check us out every week on iTunes. And if iTunes isn't to their liking, they can also check us out on Stitcher. If neither of those are to their liking, well, I was going to mention the YouTube, but I think that more fits under the video thing. So, Cam, I guess you get to do that.
Yes.
Like us on Facebook. Am I clear or?
You're staticky. You want me to do your like it on Facebook bit?
Yeah.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check us out on Google+. That's it, right?
Close enough.
Yeah. If you don't like our ugly mugs, you can head over to nerdstravaganza.com and check out just the podcast audio episodes. If you want to see our ugly mugs for some reason, head on over to YouTube and check out this video and all of our other premium video content. And then write us an email at nerdstravaganza@gmail.com and tell us how much you hate our ugly mugs.
And with all that said, Static Master Brian, give us a staticky farewell.
Oh man, that was good.
That was. All right, stopping broadcast. Glad we're all amused at ourselves. And stopping.